Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. This is December the 23rd, Friday afternoon, Friday evening actually. Well, Friday at 4:15 Beer 30 time. And it is Beer 30 Sanity session and Skoll Brothers. Here's to you, here's to me. Should we ever disagree? Here's to me. That is my absolute first swallow of a beer today. And is it cold in Brownsville, Texas? Yeah. Yeah, damn sure is. I mean, I got two heaters going. Well, they're both on low, and it's 60 degrees in here, which is, with all the stuff I've got on, okay. I could run my furnace, my propane furnace, and I probably will when I get ready to take a shower, because I like it warmer when I come out of the shower. I don't want to be goosebumps on me. You know what goosebumps are? Well, if you get cold enough, you'll know. But anyway, I racked my brain all afternoon trying to think of something to come up, something to talk about during Beer 30, like something about Christmas or something about, hell, I've done it all, man. I've done all the exciting stuff of when I was a kid, the popping the firecrackers and stuff. But I do tell you this. Now, some of you may remember these, and some of you may not. But back when, in the mid-50s, they had cherry bombs, which were about this big around, had a fuse that would burn underwater, and yeah, you could put a little mud around them and throw them out in the river or something and kill fish. But anyway, then they had one probably 4 times more powerful than that, called an M80. Okay, and it was like a little T-bomb, It was about as big around as your thumb, about this long, and had a fuse that would burn underwater. They actually used those for practice hand grenades in the military. I mean, they were pretty damn powerful. But, yeah, what's that got to do with anything? Well, we're getting started here. We're getting rolling. Because some of you may remember, popping firecrackers when you were a kid and stuff. And, yeah, but we had bombs. Hell, we didn't just have little old stinking little firecrackers you go pop. Hell, they'd blow your fingers off. Really, a cherry bomb or an M80 would blow your fingers off, plumb off, okay? And, yeah, you could go to a firecracker place. We used to go to Kravis's beer joint. That's where they sold firecrackers. And we'd go in there, and I think you could get 3 cherry bombs for $0.25. Or 2 M80s for $0.25. Now, that's a lot of money. Tell me, you didn't waste those, but that was a life. There were no child-proof labels on anything. I mean, if a kid, we didn't have any plastic bags for kids to put over their head and shit, but there were no protective caps on anything. If you went to the store to get aspirin or medication or whatever, you didn't have to figure out how to open it because you just twisted everything off. And there was no protective caps on any of the food products and all that crap. That all came in the 70s or whenever it was, when one person, did something, and boy, here we go. And does that help? I don't know. I think if somebody wanted to do something evil, they probably could. But we're here for Beer 30 Sanity session, not Insanity. So, Skoll, gang, here's to you. I got a fireplace video on my TV right straight ahead of me. Does it help? Psychologically, it does. I didn't take a swallow. See, I'm getting my 1 before my 2, or 2 before my 1. Here's to you. But anyway, yeah, firecrackers and the little bottle rocket stuff. You remember that? You put them in a Coke bottle and light the fuse. You like that sound? That sounds like a firecracker, doesn't it? Yeah, and you'd want to do those late in the evening so you could see them shoot up in like little rockets, and they were. That's how you could get to Mars. You could make yourself really little and climb on one of those and go right up onto Mars. And don't get me started on Mars, because then we'll start talking about nano product pills and all that stuff. And I've already been down that trail. But yeah, firecrackers back in the 50s. Yeah, you could buy, now they got firecracker stands. You go up there and you get 5 for 1. You pay for 1 and you get 5, and they got all kind of deals. But firecrackers are extremely cheap to make. You got to know that. And most of them are made in China, I think, and shipped over here by the shipload. And but I guess you could make a lot of money running a firecracker stand. What the hell's this got to do with anything? Nothing. It's got to do with living and life and having fun. And was popping firecrackers fun? Sure it was. They used to make one, a little bitty one. It was about this long, and not much bigger around than a toothpick, like this. And they called them, they were like lady fingers, but they were just little bitty ones, and they just, you could hold them in your fingers. You could hold them between your fingers and pop them. They'd sting a little bit, but they didn't hurt you. And so we'd get some of those just to scare the crap out of people. And then there was, there were black cats and something else I can't remember. But black cats were about this long, about as big around as a pencil. And yeah, you didn't want to hold those between your fingers. No. And we used to light, sometimes if there was say some people standing around in a group, well then some wise guy would light the whole. The packages were, well, some of them were really long, but you could buy like 10-cent packages that were about that long with maybe 20 or 30. Black cats, but they're all laced together. You got to learn how to unlace them to get them separated. You know what I mean? But if you wanted to, you could light the whole batch. You know what I mean? You just light the end and pitch it where there's a group of people, and then it's just a random, pop, 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 because one firecracker pops and blows another one up in the air, and it pops up there, and then another one. They're all over the place. You know what I mean? And so yeah, they kind of that'll get you dancing there a little bit. But yeah, did we ever do that? Hell yeah, we did. If it could be done with firecrackers or anything, we did it. I mean, I've told you some stories about some of the crap we did. And yeah, I'll repeat one here because it's funny. I mean, it's just, I can't believe we were that creative. But at the high school, the new high school in Kennedy, Texas, back in the early 60s, it was a 2-story high school, okay? And to save money, of course, or they just engineered it so that the restrooms, like the girls' restroom on the first level, the girls' restroom on the second level was directly above it, and the same way with the boys. The first level and the second level were right in line, so that all the plumbing kind of worked. It saved money, okay? So, but what we did, our principal then was named Peter Finch, and I'm sure he's dead now. Not thank goodness, but whatever. He's probably a good guy. But, at a certain time of the day, he'd go in the lower restroom, which was just right across from the principal's office, and go in there and do a dump or whatever you call it. And but so what we did, we'd have a spotter, where we had a spotter on the first floor, and we had a cherry bomb. I'm not sure if it was a cherry bomb or an M80, but we had packed it with mud. You know what I mean? So it would sink in the water. So up on the second floor, there was somebody waiting, and there was some guys. There was like 4 people involved. One guy was watching the restroom, so when he went in the stall, and then he relayed it, and then the guy in the upstairs restroom at the same stall, directly above the principal, where the principal went in, would flush that firecracker, light the fuse, put it in the toilet, flush it, and it would go down about halfway, and then boom, and then the pressure from that explosion would cause the water to spray out of the first level toilet that was in line with it. And it would also actually do the same thing on the second level if you were in that same toilet, but you'd get the hell out of there, because we experimented, and yeah, it would, boom, it made a big, but anyway, yeah, did we get him wet? Yeah, we drenched his ass, but but we were so stupid, there were only about 6 guys that would have been creative enough to pull that off, okay? He knew every one of us. He knew who did it. He just didn't know exactly which one did it, which one actually lit the firecracker and flushed it down the toilet. I mean, is that really the guilty one, or did it start with the whole chain? The guy that goes, okay, and the other one on the stairs, you know, and then the top, the guy standing by the upstairs restroom, boosh, you know. So who was the guilty party? The principal was guilty. That's who. Here's to you. Here's to me. He shouldn't go in a restroom and tee-tee or doo-doo. Here's to you. You know, I wonder how many words we have for taking a dump. You know, I mean, you know, in first grade, second grade, you know, Ms. Williams, I got to go to the restroom. She said, well, number 1 or number 2? And I, you know, back then you just responded. Number 1 was peeing, I think, and number 2 was doo-doo. And yeah, what the hell does she care? You know what I mean? Why did you have to tell the teacher which one you had to do? I thought about that years later. You know, some kid could have said, you know, none of your business. You know, it's number 5, you know, whatever that is, you know. But anyway, it's crazy, man. You know, see, we do. It's caca. Caca is poo-poo all over in about 5 languages. You know, you got shit. What else we call it? We call it stool, as in stool sample. You know, there's other words, but we probably have 10 words for the same thing. And the bottom line is, you know, when you got to go, you got to go. And what's that got to do with sanity? A lot. Because if you don't go, you're going to be gone. Here's to you, here's to me. Yeah, just think about, you know, I think about astronauts on the, you know, on the space shuttle and astronauts, you know, when they go up into space. You know, what if they got to pee or doo-doo? You know, they never tell you what they got to do. You're like, they're all strapped in. You know, some of these charter flights they have now where they just go up and the rich folks get to float around and then come back. Well, you know, they're up there long enough so that you're probably going to have to pee. You know what I mean? And I guess they put a big diaper on you and you just do whatever you got to do. And then they clean you up when you get back. I don't know. And but you know, even on an aircraft, you know, like you know, flying from one city to another, say 3, 4 hour, 5 hour flight, whatever it happens to be, and you got to pee. You go back there and you those toilets are so damn loud. You know, when you flush them, you know what I mean. And I guess they must have holding tanks on those things, because I don't think we just pee and poop all over the world. But no, they got holding tanks, I'm sure. But as far as the you know, the space shuttle, somehow they recycle that urine, that water. Now the solid waste, I don't think they make hamburgers out of it again. Hey Joe, there's your hamburger. Oh, never mind. Here's to you, here's to me. Well, it's Friday evening, guys. You know, I got a fire in the fireplace. I froze my ass off all day. I went over to Port Isabel today and did my walking at. I did about 25 minutes at Walmart. Then I went to a grocery store called HEB, which is a big store, and I walked around there for about 15 or 20 minutes. So I got my walking done today. I usually go, you know, after my noon meal, take a walk, but I just walked in place here in the RV, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, you know, and then I did my stretches and all my stuff to kind of keep, you know, from feeling stuffy. So I do feel okay in that way. But yeah, it's been cold, man. I mean, it's cold for me in this area, the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, near Brownsville, where I am now. You know, rarely do they get a freezing temperature. And right now it shows to be exactly 32 degrees, and that's been the high today. But the wind is the factor. You know, 32 degrees, sun shining, old Rusty can go out and go walking. But 32 degrees and the wind's blowing 35 miles an hour out of the north, no. But anyway, remain sane, guys. Remain sane as long as you can. No, that doesn't rhyme. Nope, can't make that rhyme. Here's to you, here's to me. Can you still pop firecrackers? I mean, is all that illegal now? I mean, I know they got firecracker stands here. I saw one the other day here in Brownsville. So, you know, I guess they still can. Maybe it's just little bitty firecrackers. I don't think they let them do the bottle rockets anymore because they start fires. Well, supposedly. I don't know that they ever started a fire in Kennedy, Texas, and I mean, we pop firecrackers all hell everywhere. You know, we'd shoot bottle rockets. Hell, we'd take, you know, you'd light them and we'd throw them up and let them go, you know. Yeah, then there was a car bomb that would chase you. You know, it was kind of expensive, but yeah. Well, you were supposed to be hooked up to a car, and you know, it just whistle and pop, and the smoke would come out. You know, you hook it up to a spark plug and something else, and yeah, it would make a, yeah, it was called a car bomb, but it didn't really blow the car up. But if you didn't hook it up to a car and you lit it and dropped it on the ground, it would look like it was chasing you, because it'd just go in random loops all around, and it was really quick. Sometimes it'd even stand up and shoot up in the air. And was that fun? Hell yeah, it was fun, man. And life, we were living, well, we thought we were. You know, just think about it. We had no smartphones, no video games, no TV, very little radio. We used to listen to Wolfman Jack on a transistor radio, a little radio about the size of a pack of cigarettes. Had one little transistor in it, and you put an earplug in your ear, had one little dial, and you just move it just a microscopic amount, and you'd hear Wolfman Jack. I think he was across from Del Rio, actually. Yeah, he had a radio thing set up there. Yeah, no kidding. That was crazy when you got to hear that, or anything on the radio. You know, I just thought all that was neater than shit. And but yeah, but firecrackers and stuff. Yeah, I used to have bags of them. You know, sacks of firecrackers, because I'd save my money and spend it all on firecrackers and do crazy things. But yeah, we used to, you know, ride around town, and we'd see somebody we knew or didn't know or didn't like or whatever, and we'd throw firecrackers at them. You know, and, you know, the same old stupid shit. You know, it'd be a cold day like today, maybe not this cold, but cold. You'd have the windows up, and you got old Brain Dead there in the back left seat that decided to throw a firecracker out the front left window, but he forgot the window's up. You know, I mean, did we ever have that happen? Hell yes. I mean, you know, not all of my friends were, well, the elevator kind of stopped between floors on a few of them, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, there were some that were, how are you doing? You know, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, everything's chicken but the bill, and it's a pecking. Woo! I hear you, boy. Here's to you, here's to me. Well, guys, I'm going to end this now. It is December the 23rd, Friday evening, at about 4:30 right now, p.m. And hopefully I can get this up in the next couple of hours. And but anyway, what I want to tell you is enjoy the holidays, enjoy your time off for those of you get some. And I'll keep the videos coming, and we'll keep having fun best we can. And Beer 30 Sanity session is as much fun for me as it is for you. The only problem I have is thinking of something to say. And all that was just off the cuff about firecrackers. I mean, all of a sudden I hit a nerve, you know. Woo-hoo! Follow it, boy, follow. Anyway, guys, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Use the Amazon link, drink plenty of beer, water, whatever, smoke a blunt, whatever's on your agenda. And keep your health, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best way you can. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and boom, 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 boom. On and on we go. Why do I have all this crap on? Because it's cold in this damn RV. Adios, amigo. Bye-bye.